All right, guys. You know what I just realized? I know why Charlie's not here.
You didn't send him a link.
I didn't send him a link. I'm gonna have to hop off
This is
and
the No
send
Charlie
Charlie a link
episode.
real quick. But welcome to episode 85. Luke and I were just chit chatting, wondering where's Charlie? Why is Charlie not here? I realized I haven't sent him the link, so I'm gonna
That's the
go do
kind of
that
friend
shortly.
Daniel
But
is.
we have Alex Manibusan here, avid fisherman, sports goer, and just all around solid individual. Ooh, hey, there's Charlie.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can, Charlie.
late to the party type of guy.
Oh, somebody forgot to send me the code.
Hey, Charlie, and Daniel.
What's up, Alex?
Me and Alex are driving, so you guys are going to have to be reading comments for us.
Don't worry, we got that. I'm coming in from home right now. Charlie's already dipped, as he usually does with his poor
Charlie, keep
internet
the show.
connection. Yeah,
What,
that was his resignation letter right there. Hey
what's
guys,
up, Alex?
dips.
How are you?
And yourself?
Sorry I'm late, everybody.
Dude, Alex was
Yeah,
just asking me if I did any fishing lately, Charlie. I told him that me and you went out. I told him that I was going to catch one right at your feet and then leave. And boom.
He
Charlie.
caught the fish. Hold on, he caught the
Dude,
fish and said, "Hey, by the way, this is my one and done, and I'm leaving already." I'm like, "Ah," but
Which is usually your MO, Charlie. Usually
right,
you show up and then you're like, all right, cool. I caught 3 fish in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm out of here.
dude, I caught it right at Charlie's feet and it breached. And Charlie about jumped out of his shoes.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No,
And he screamed. He
I
was like,
didn't.
ah!
Charlie,
Have
it's
you
a
been
straight.
fishing lately, Alex?
Trying to. Closing
You
down on
fish
the
all the time.
finals right now at school, so it's been a
I
little hard.
know.
What are you studying?
I'm business management.
Oh, wait, hold on. Where's my
Oh, is
diploma?
that what you got?
I just found my diploma. Business and accounting, right there.
No?
Nice, dude.
I'll never forget when we all first met. We had this big group chat. And Daniel goes, wait a minute. None of you went to college?
I mean, I did for like a semester.
For a
And,
semester.
anyways, we're not talking about who went to school and who didn't. This is
Well,
not
we
about school.
completely are. What are
This
you
is
talking
not about
about?
how
So,
much time Daniel
We
spent
are
at
right
school.
now.
are you just getting out of? Are
Exactly.
you just getting out of class, Alex?
Nah, not today. I didn't have class. I'm all done. Just waiting for graduation.
Nice,
Right on.
man. Well, congrats,
It's such
Thank
a
you.
nice feeling.
congratulations.
Are you doing more school or are you just going right into the job market?
I was thinking about it, but I think for what I want to do, I think I should be okay with what I have. Could always
Is
go
it too
back.
What
much
do
to
you?
ask? What you
Just
want to do?
burnt with a lot of schools, so over it.
Anything in particular you want to do? Like,
Um, marketing definitely catches my eye. So something in that realm, whether it's in the industry or not.
yeah,
If it
yeah.
is,
That is my next
We got a
question.
lot of blue collar listeners, so if you want to work construction, throw that out there now. You might get a job by the end of the episode.
He's like, I didn't go to school for all that time to be in construction. So, did you guys talk about what's going on this weekend? What's
Not yet. So to jump into the thick of it, we have a lot of different events coming up between now and the end of May. So next week, this upcoming Saturday, the 17th, we have the Salty Bastards Kayak Meetup, which I am sponsoring. Fish RX is sponsoring in Marina Del Rey. If you guys are interested in watching this before, uh, you know, this Saturday, 17th, come on out. Marina Del Rey boat launch. It's right next to Dock 52. So if you wanted to, you can park in Dock 52, which is free parking, or you can park at the boat launch itself. That is paid parking. I'm going to be there early. I have a bunch of slugs, which will be the sponsored bait of the night, but also just a bunch of different colors on hand to purchase, with a lot of other fun things to do. That, I want to say, starts at 5 p.m., but I will check that right now. I also want to say it starts at 7 to midnight, but it might be 5 to midnight. Then the week after is the 24th, and that is Glizzy's at the Ramp, which is hosted by Charlie, Luke, and myself. We have a lot of great sponsors. I'm going down the list right now. Let's
So we have Sudden Impact.
Mm-hmm.
We have Credo.
Lifelike Plastic. Also, Salty Bastards, Waterman's Collective, CML Jigs, Tackle Supply. Yeah, and then we have what is it? 3, 2, 1 baits as well.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I don't think it's 1, 2, 3.
And Harbor area.
Oh, is
3,
okay
2.
in Harbor area.
Did we not add them to the?
No, you didn't. And then we also have the Spotty Bull, who is a sponsor as well. So thank you guys. There's still time. So
who do we got sponsoring food?
The Spotty Bull.
The Judge.
So we have 2 different kinds of sponsorships. If you want to be a part of it, we have a food sponsorship, which is just a monetary donation that goes to food, and then we also have a raffle, and then kind of like a goodie bag that is for participants who show up and then want to be a part of it. So you can give a product or some form of something like that, which will hopefully be given back out to the community. That's the whole part of it. It's a community event for the community, held by the community. And then on the 31st, there is a float tube event that is held by...
I was just going to say that.
Dylan, which he just started a new page for it, which is like SoCal
Grouper Society.
Thank you. I was going to say Grouper Group.
And what's his normal page?
It's Mordecai.
Oh, Mordecai's doing this? That's awesome.
Yeah.
He gets on him. He gets
Mordecai's holding a float tube event, so if you guys want to go down, it's going to happen May 31st
that one's 5
Long
p.m.
Beach.
to midnight. I think it's at Alameda more specifically.
I think they're launching out of Davies though.
Yeah, Davies Locker.
Let's rewind it a step. The 19th is the last day of the Two Waters tournament. We got a couple new
submissions.
A couple new submissions. I got to go through and add up their totals tonight. But yeah, it was pretty competitive. I think first place is sitting at like 33 inches right now.
Nice. So that's combined a spotty and a green bass combined.
A 12-hour period.
Nice.
So yeah, if you get a spotty at the Salty Bastards meetup, hit one of the parks on your way home. If you're interested.
I don't think nobody's gonna do that.
Why not?
Because it ends like at 12.
Right. That's the best time to go hit a park.
Is that right, Alex?
Do
you fish fresh? Do you fish freshwater?
Of course he does.
A little bit, yeah. Not as much as salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, fresh is fun.
You're mostly on the salt.
Yeah, mostly.
So Alex, you were at the summer kickoff in Dana, right? How was that? Did you go?
Yeah, I was there. It was really cool, good turnout. A lot of guys there. So that was really cool.
Nice.
Different companies that Dana Landing has, so that was really yeah, it was nice. A couple guys fishing while the event was on.
I know. I saw Caden stuck a nice one on the Citizen. I think it was it on the micro or the bigger one?
I think it was on the smaller one. The 6
The micro? Yeah, I saw he caught a nice one.
Yeah, you got that before the event started. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a sick pose with it and everything.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty cool.
It's always fun when you catch, those larger spotties on a. I consider that a fun bait I feel like it's not a regular bait in the arsenal for spotted bay bass, so that's why I consider it a fun bait. But also, I know people out here that just kill, slay spotted bay bass on those bigger, glide
What's the
baits,
big? Do you fish
soft
big baits
plastic
for the
baits
salt,
in general.
Alex?
Be surprised at the big and how much drawing power they have, dude. I've
Dude,
baits a lot lately, and it's frustrating at times because you get a lot of bites and you just gotta wait for that one to stay hooked. But yeah, dude, it's fun. I like it.
but when that right one hits, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's worth the wait.
I feel like
So is that it
the
for
tide's
events?
been
Do you have
picking up
anything
lately
else?
too.
What's up, Steven?
I don't think there's anything this month that's left. I feel like we covered an absolute load of events.
Oh, there you
Uh,
go. David
Oh,
Goosey.
I'll tell you
I'm probably
this.
saying it wrong.
I'll
He
tell you
said he's
this.
gonna hit Spotty Bowl and then go hit
There you go.
some lakes after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Spotty Bowls
talking
this
about.
week.
Hey,
So there you
listen,
go.
it's not easy, right? It's not like, oh, let's make a tournament where I'm going to get 1 million people competing. We were trying to do something a little different, and we got some other different ones coming up too. But this was like, I told Charlie and Daniel, I said, if only one person completes this, I'll just give them all the prizes because you have a prize for first place, but there's also raffle prizes because every entry is a raffle ticket basically.
Yeah.
And I told them, I was like, if one person does this, I'll just give them everything. Like, and now more and more people are doing it. It's awesome. But what's cool, and Charlie and Daniel have seen it, we got the Two Waters shirt coming out in a couple weeks, and I can't wait to drop this. And I think we're gonna give some of those to the raffle winners too. And
Nice.
we'll find once the raffle winners win, find out what size they are, make their shirts custom for them.
Nice. All right. So stay tuned for that. Is next week, right? We're announcing next week. So stay tuned for
Yep.
that. But
The last submission's the night midnight on the 19th is the last time for submissions, and we will be going through them and then doing the drawing, the raffle drawing, and announcing the winner on Tuesday.
nice. So stay tuned, guys. But yeah, so Alex, let's get into it. So I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think me and Luke were one of the ones that noticed you on a paddle board. You were like one of the first ones on a paddleboard fishing, huh? I might be wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think he just got the paddleboard.
No, he was on the paddleboard.
I just got my own paddleboard, but my buddies always had one, so I'd always get out with them. Yeah. Ethan's the one that started paddling.
I know. I was gonna say Ethan was probably, but you were there close to him because we didn't see anybody on paddleboards before. I mean, there were probably dudes not recording.
Yeah, he's kind of the guy that we kind of got the idea from. Like, oh, that looks pretty fun. Like, let's go do this. But
Dude, you messed up, Charlie.
Hey, Luke told me, he's like, dude, you need to get on a paddleboard. And I was like, yeah, maybe, and
I know no one's doing it. You'll be on the forefront of this thing.
But Ethan,
I don't know.
Charlie doesn't use his kayak or his float tube, so
Or paddleboard. He's got all three.
So giving him an extra item doesn't mean that he.
I've been telling Alex, I'm like, I'm gonna get out there with you. And it's like it never happens. But I need to go out, anyways.
Charlie's not using his kayak, his float tube, or his paddleboard. But at least he's not a guy that's not using his boat, Daniel.
I don't have a boat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty cool to see, right? Because Ethan said when he was on our show, he was float tubing, he was paddleboarding for a while, but he didn't really post content, and then started posting content, right? So he probably was doing it, but then you were like kind of like next in line, posting on a paddleboard.
Always float tube before, and then got into the paddleboard stuff.
So what do you think is better?
It depends what you want to do.
So let's talk about that.
float tubing. I won't take it out into like any main channel of any harbor. Like I'm kind of that current stuff, just not to deal with all that. It gets pretty tough when you're kicking against the current. And so usually, if I want to go hit like the back of a harbor, like I'll go. If I just want to have a specific zone I want to fish, that's kind of like my deal. Then with like the paddleboard, if I want to go out with the guys, cover a good amount of water, like we can go do that, kind of take it to those channels and other stuff. The water's flowing a little more. Yeah, both of them, it gets kind of tough when it gets windy. That's kind of the only downside.
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
So let's talk about this. Do you bring different gear or gear up different depending on paddleboard or float tube?
So for the paddleboard, I only bring one rod with me, one rod, one reel. Just because not space to put it, I don't want a rod dropping in the water, you know. And then I'll get whatever baits to fish on that specific rod, and I'll kind of just pluck away at that. And then on the float tube, I'll bring like 2 or 3 rods, and kind of have like different tied on so I could throw it out there. But yeah.
And you're bringing the same tackle on both of them, same amount of tackle, or are you bringing a smaller kit on the paddleboard?
I got a little crate paddleboard, so I could fit a little more tackle now. To only like and pack with a small tackle. Crate lets you bring a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with the float tube, there's less buoyancy, so you don't want to weigh it down as much. But with the paddleboard, I feel like you can probably get more air, which gives you more buoyancy, which allows you to bring probably quite a bit more equipment in general. Whether that be.
I think personally, I'm able to bring more stuff on the float tube, which is kind of weird.
I was gonna say that.
No, I was gonna say, Daniel mentioned the buoyancy a couple times on the float tube, and it's like, Daniel, I weigh 150 pounds more than you, and I fished the same float tube, and had like camera gear and the whole thing on it, and it's fine.
Yeah, like the one I have.
You can't overload that thing.
Yeah, I got like a Cumberland float tube, so it's got like 2 pockets on each side. I kind of fill it up with like 3 or 4 tackle boxes, and like camera stuff and whatever I need, water and stuff. But
yeah.
It's got a lot of.
Yeah, I feel like the float tube's a little bit more comfortable, like to bring stuff on, right? Like than the paddleboard.
Paddleboard's a little sketchy. Drop anything in.
When you're on the paddleboard.
Yeah.
Have you fallen?
Not yet. I have poked holes in it, but I haven't fallen.
Oh, how?
Ooh.
Well, when the fish, like the spines, if you accidentally drop it on the board, like the spines will easily go through it. That's
it. I'm not paddleboarding.
You're paddling in as fast as you can. Is it a single bladder, or is the paddleboard multiple bladders?
I know there's some with multiple. I think mine's just one bladder.
So you pop it, it's just going south.
Well, it's kind of a slow leak depending on how big the hole is. Like every hole I've poked is a slow leak. Where you can patch it. I know my buddies like sometimes they'll get like those small holes.
Yeah.
They'll just keep taking it out and it'll be fine, but it's a little sketchy.
I was out with my buddy Marshall, and I want to say the float tubes have 3 bladders, and he got a hole in one, and he was fully like leaned sideways, but he was able to get back in because it's got multiple bladders.
Yeah, my float tubes kind of retired it because both sides kind of popped, and every time I go out, it's one side's popped or the other side's deflated.
So how do you think it's just because of over time, or is it because?
I've had that float tube for a long time. I've had it probably for like 4 or 5 years almost. So I've put some good work in it. So it's
nice.
About that time.
What kind of float tube do you have, Charlie?
The Caddis, the mid.
Yeah. Say time to get that Caddis. I think Daniel's
the
got
mid is the mid-range Caddis. Yeah, it's the mid-range Caddis. It's a nice float tube. I haven't used it, but it looks nice. I sat in the living room with it.
I'm getting the one that Daniel has. I love that one.
Yeah,
I sat in the. dude.
Yeah,
So
the float tube in the bathtub.
no, I filled it up, just to see if everything was good because I got a new pump for it. But I inflated the paddle board for the first time, dude. No joke. When I saw your video, I felt your pain. I was like, dude, it's tiring, like filling up a paddle board
Oh, dude, it
by
takes forever.
hand,
Dude, we got to get you the
dude.
electric pump.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I haven't even taken it out. Why do I want an electric pump yet?
Because that's part of what defeats you is you're like, man, I don't want to pump this up.
Dude, it's
Makes it
hard. You don't have an electric pump, huh?
I just pump it up with the stock.
Dude, I'm telling you, that thing
That's
takes
right,
forever.
Alex. You tell Charlie that it's not hard. I timed myself. It only takes like less than 10 minutes.
No, dude.
Full setup. And I'm
No.
pretty sure mine is bigger than yours.
No, I'm talking about the paddle board. Doesn't take 10 minutes to fill up. It's probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I can do that lung filling it. 10 minutes.
Dude, okay. I'm gonna call you out so you can fill it up. I'm gonna go to your house so you can fill it up for me. So then I can just launch and be
Go to
comfortable.
his house and just plug in the compressor.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah. No, I know, cause I mean I've been wanting to go, but I just gotta find the time. Dude, I love short pounding, man. Like I have the stuff and I want to go, but then I don't go.
I know you go
You
short
know?
pound instead.
So, one of the questions that is frequently asked when people are fishing in the situation where they're closer to the water than most people are, do the sea lions, mess with you? And I want to say that's place to place. I've had very minor engagements with like sea lions, and then it's like there's other times in San Diego where they're almost jumping out of the water to rip the fish from your hands.
Dude,
Have you encountered seals?
When I was 24, I had one hop on my surfboard.
Oh, that's crazy.
But he was cool? Was he trying to attack you or what?
He was cool until I tried to get him off, and he wasn't. He was like, "This is my board now."
Damn, that fool dogged you.
As I think a growing number of people know, that there's a lot of marine life that is going aggro as of right now due to the algae
That's
bloom.
fake news, dude.
Oh, really?
That's fake news.
Can you prove that source of fake news?
I will share a story after this live.
About how it's not real.
Because I mean, like, I know surfers in the water that have been attacked.
Lost
by
the foot.
seals.
Have you been in a close encounter with a seal, Alex?
No, not yet, thank God. But we've seen them. They've come around, but they haven't messed with us. But yeah, I've seen videos. I know Adam's seen him out there.
I know Adam's come close to a seal attacking him.
And I could only like paddleboard. You feel a little more comfortable, but still not. But like in that float tube, you're in the water. You don't know where they are.
It's funny because I've heard people, they're like, dude, I could never float too. I'm too afraid of sharks. I'm like, well, you're dumb. Be afraid of the seals.
I wouldn't call you guys dumb for being scared of the sharks. I would just be like, yeah, your initial threat or the thing that's going to be most likely to attack you.
If you were like, I want to go out at Topanga Beach on a flat day and float tube, I'd be like, yeah, you should be afraid of sharks. But in Marina Del Rey, you should not. There's other things to be afraid of before the sharks.
Dude, you never know. What if a
float tube in the waters of South Africa? Yeah, you should be scared of sharks.
I know.
you
in and out.
Say what?
I know Alamitos has a couple swimming in and out, a couple home guards.
Some sharks?
Yes, they've seen a couple whites up by Ballas, so I don't even.
You don't even go there?
I don't
see.
But I know, like Naples stuff, that would be fine. But
yeah, no, it's
you just scared me away from all of Alamitos now.
But they're
one too many times.
I don't think they'll. I mean, great. I don't know. A great white probably will confuse you for a seal, but I don't know any
Yeah,
other shark.
the great whites
Yeah,
out here, I think, are mostly juvenile.
They're gonna look
Right?
at
I
me
don't think
and go,
so. I
"Oh,
don't think
that's
big
a
great
full
whites are in
snack."
there.
Yeah, they're gonna look at me as a full meal. They're gonna attack me first. Basically, I'm like a big swim bait in the water. I got some pull power. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. They're gonna look at me and go, "Oh, I'll never have to eat again for at least a week."
Paddleboard or kayak? Paddleboard. Yeah, man. It's just getting out there, but it's cool with what you're doing, dude. Like content wise, I love what you're doing. Like I love that like your camera's like in front of the paddleboard, not like a POV, you know? Like I like all that. I like watching videos like that. So I think you're doing it
Mo-
right, man.
Most of all, we like to see you catching big fish. We like to see you catching fish in general. I feel like you have been on a winning streak of large fish. Now, is that because you're just naturally gifted, or is there something that you're doing different?
I don't know. I like to tell like my friends. They tell me the same thing, but I like to tell them it's all luck with a little bit of knowledge. It goes a long way. But recently, I've just been flown around a couple different trying different stuff, and it produces. I don't know. It's been getting lucky.
But
That's
it but yeah, I don't think it's just luck, right? Like you said, it's more like knowledge and luck sometimes, but you're not like I feel like sometimes we're not blind casting, right? We're like intentionally casting at spots.
definitely not like blind casting. I got my like game plan going into it and know what I'm doing. But with that big fish sitting in that specific spot, that's got to be a
A luck thing. Yeah,
time.
for
Well,
sure.
But
I know it's cheesy and it's from a commercial, but they say luck is where preparation and opportunity meet, and like that's a big part of it, right? Like you're going out there enough that the opportunities come along and you're prepared when they hit.
yeah,
Since we're on the subject and we all have different opinions about luck, or the same opinions, one of my one of, I want to say it was somebody from a previous episode was talking about just how much luck they want to apply to their fishing. Kind of what Luke, what you were saying, where preparation and luck meet. Where they're like, I want to go out where I have manipulated or at least thought about every variable that I can, and that way I lower the possibility of me needing luck, but luck was always going to be there.
Well, it's kind of like and you know not talking trash or harping on you, but I've seen when you've had some of those big opportunities and the preparation wasn't quite there. Like
Mm-hmm.
you still didn't
Mm-hmm.
have your current well, and again, not like oh Daniel's being lazy, but you didn't have your current game plan dialed in the way you have it dialed in now.
Yeah, there is a learning curve in general,
Well,
but
yeah, like and I
absolutely.
think like you're using different leader now than you used to. You're using different knots now than you used to. And when those particular opportunities came up, you know, and you've said this line a million times. Oh, I can catch one more fish on this before I need to retie.
I think I think that just happened to me the other day too. I was like,
Dude,
I should have retied.
I'm gonna post this comment because I want to hear Alex's reaction to it. But check this out.
oh yeah, enough for they.
Who's that?
My grandma back in Guam.
That's your grandma?
Can you read
My
it,
grandma
Charlie?
back.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
Alex, read it.
Well, you know
I
he's great.
don't want to. Alex, so great to know that you're interested in fishing, taking after your dad, grandpa. I'm not. I don't want to butcher the. I don't want to butcher the name, right? Taguchi,
Gucci, yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and great grandpa LG from your grandma and your grandpa Manibusan in Guam. Dude,
Yeah. Shout out to
that's
them.
sick.
So your family's from Guam?
Yeah, my dad's side's from Guam, and then my
Do you
mom's
ever make
side's from Maui.
Do you ever make it back to either of those places?
I go to Hawaii a lot more often than I do Guam. Guam, I've been once, so I haven't been back since I was like a little, but want to go
One of
back.
the
Dude, that's so
questions,
cool.
one of the questions I wanted to ask you is that are you planning to, go anywhere or do any trips that is out of the ordinary? So, South Bay located, even out of state, because anyone who's following you goes, man, Alex has caught big fish, stays catching big fish. I want to know where this is going to lead him next. So one thing it goes, do you have any trips coming up that are in a way of abnormal, or what is your dream trip?
So I'm doing a Beach trip, so that's kind of like a trip everyone's kind of got to go on. So I'm going down there. Coming up
Nice.
actually in June, going down with Jared from Strictly Irons and the crew. That'll be fun. Um,
That will be a lot of fun.
Sorry, I missed it. Where are you going?
going to
To
Cedros.
Cedros.
Oh,
That'll be
You
fun.
have to take
Dude.
a plane to another plane to a little
Those
plane to a
videos,
little
those
boat to a
videos
big
just
boat.
hype you up.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to those guys, man. Those videos just hype you up, dude.
Oh yeah.
are you going to be putting in the time on the iron out there?
Oh yeah. That's all. I'm not gonna put that down.
Have
Yeah.
you
I'm
fished
gonna,
iron here before?
yeah. I've fished iron here. I've only had a couple good days with it. Coronado's biting really good last time, so that was fun on the iron. But other than that, I don't really get out too much offshore to do that iron stuff. So it's kind of like when I have that window, it's not very big. But so yeah, stoked that
You
it's
know,
good.
it's funny. We've been in PV a couple times where we've had the window, and every time it's like, oh, I catch him on an iron right now, but I really want to throw the jerk bait.
True. So you come from a fishing background, huh?
A little bit, yeah. My dad kind of got me into it. My grandpa always went out and he'd do those trips to Alaska with his buddies and go do that stuff. And I actually just went a couple years ago and got to fun. Yeah,
You went
Nice.
to Alaska?
my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Matt, Nishi Fishing. He's got me into the whole bass scene and artificial stuff. So that was
Oh, Nishi's your cousin?
yeah,
Oh,
That
wait,
You
what?
is
Really?
very
use his
fun.
rods?
yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
got
Oh,
all
shoot. That's awesome, dude. I got to meet him at PCS. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah, I think I was with you.
Yeah.
it's that's
He's
a
going to be on
fishing.
the live soon, so stay tuned.
Awesome.
No, for reals, we talked about it. He said he was down. So I'm gonna have him on the live soon.
Ever need rods, go hit him up. I know he's got a bunch
That's
right
cool, dude. So what do you fish particularly? Like, what is your style of rod?
now. I don't
Like
know.
your
I've kind of
go-to?
been bouncing back and forth right now, but if you gave me one rod to go fish, I'd pick like a 710, fast action, something like 20 pound from like a neck breaker on it to spinner bait or crank, kind of like a everything rod. That's kind of what I had.
Nice.
But yeah, right now I'm kind of bouncing back and forth and fishing. I've been fishing the micro stuff and then also like really big stuff. So no in between right now.
No in between? Just big or small? No mediums?
Yep, especially
It's
for
either go.
dude. You'd be surprised on the light and the big.
I've been fishing.
It's there.
I've been fishing light, but not too light like you guys, like 8 pound. I think I'm gonna try. I think the lightest I'm fishing right now is 12.
Most fun you could
And
have trout rod and 4 pound test in the heart. That's
dude,
I'm going right now 20.
20?
Which is ridiculous, but it's
Dude, the
okay.
lightest I'm throwing right now is 12. And I'm like, how am I gonna land this fish? I stuck a nice 15 this weekend on 12. That's been my biggest one on light, right? But it felt fun. It was fun, but it was like how am I gonna get this guy up? You know, because I'm
I'm
fishing.
always at like a 10, 15-foot wall, and I'm like, I got
That's what I'm
bounced.
saying. Like, you know, it's different fishing from like a paddleboard or like from a dock, right? But like when you're fishing, like you guys fish, you and Nick fished a lot of like the seawall too, you know?
That big
I caught a nice sized sand bass on 15 pound, and I only had to bounce him several inches, and I still thought I was going to break off. So, regardless of
What's your biggest on the lightest on the light stuff?
biggest on the light. I've caught like a 16 on it, 4 pound.
On
nice,
on
Caught like
4 pound?
a 4 pound, yeah.
Dude. All right, I'm
that
gonna have to
was a
try.
fun fight.
You
You'd be
gotta try when
surprised.
you're on your float tube, Charlie.
How light how much drag are you like? Are you pretty loose on your drag?
Loose. I'm not. I don't want to risk the chance of popping that knot, popping the line. So I give it
Dude,
as much.
on grass or on the docks? I mean on the grass or
I fished both. Up in the docks is really sketchy. One time, one out. They're just biting in the docks. They didn't want to, like the cans or the grass. Any other the fish in the docks, dude. It's that 4 pound stuff.
You know,
dude.
I
They
just
just
had a
run.
fish break me off the other day on 15, and it was just so quick to where
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine using 4 pound test. And like
Well,
I
Dude.
got hit.
set a little
I
heavy.
set the hook, and I think it went around the pylon, or it went like down. Like it hit something because it just broke me off so quickly. I just like I can't imagine using 4 pound test and not having the pull power needed.
Yeah, with the 4 pounder and fishing on the docks, you realize how fast the fish run for cover. Like you might not
Yeah.
sit with that heavier line, 20 pound, that 4, they can go forever.
Like you're
Yeah.
literally finessing them in,
Absolutely.
huh? Like you're really finessing them in. Like you're not like you're taking
Yeah,
your
You're
time.
not muscling them in like
Yeah.
you're using 20 pound test like a Neanderthal.
Or 30 or 40.
40.
Yeah,
Or
you're not
30
using
or
40
40.
straight braid.
Dude. I
When I
ain't
go
losing.
fishing for spotties, 40. When I go fishing for largemouth, also 40.
Nah,
When I go fishing
Well,
20.
for
I think you can
calico,
get away with 20.
also 40.
and
When we were out
so
last week, I was on
what
40.
what I understood from that whole thing is I don't change my rods. They're already set up. I
Or
only have
or
to buy
line.
1 liter.
I just changed the drag a little. If there's treble hooks, I loosen the drag.
That's right. That's right.
It's
And then you
hilarious.
guys fish you too. You fished a lot of those like TKs and all that stuff, huh?
yeah, a little bit here and there. That's fun.
Use the 4 pound on the
I
T too.
No,
know. What are you throwing
not
what are you throwing on the TK?
on the TK. I'll throw like 15, 20 to get just to keep that action on it.
Dude, how sick is that bite though? Like is it like are they like aggressive?
It's like the way we fish. It's kind of like a crank bite. So it's
Yeah.
Oh, so you wind the TK down. You don't fish it up high.
what happened, Luke. Sorry.
You wind it down. You don't fish it high in the column.
Fish it as like a crank down. Pretty erratic. They'll whack it.
So where do they usually
Oh,
do they
I love
usually
it.
hit it on the pause or how do you work it?
They'll hit it on the pause, like give like super quick winds or like that's pauses.
Now, did you, because we were talking a little bit about using glide baits before all this, were you confident going in fishing the glide bait? Because there's a lot of people that go, "Hey, I'm not confident using this other bait," or "I'm not confident making the transition, the jump into something new, something bigger." So, did you have to build that confidence up, or did you already go in going, "I know this is going to get bit. I just got to keep throwing it."
I don't know, a little mixture of both. First time throwing a glide bait was with my cousin. How to work it. It started blowing up on like, I kind of got a little lucky with that. But,
So
yeah,
the glide. I mean, but a glide bait. How deep of water are you fishing the glide bait?
I fish in the bank.
Good question.
Like a bluff wall or something at a lake. But pretty much,
I'm
guys, they mod it. They put like on it,
Like tape, like lead tape, and all that.
get out and fish it on that deep structure. But it scares me fishing that stuff. That bucket gone. But
Yeah, man.
bites for sure.
I don't know about throwing a $100 50 bait at structure. No, I probably won't. I probably won't even fish it comfortably.
I
Like
mean,
I'll probably be like, I'll,
day.
I'll probably be like fast winding on purpose.
Yeah, it's a lure at the end of the day, and it's meant to be
Of
fished.
course, of course.
What
Gotta,
makes me laugh is all those people that are like, just got the glide bait stuck going in.
Dude,
That's me 100%
I
of the
probably
time.
would do that, man. Low key.
yeah, I've lost a few glides, and it doesn't feel good after.
It doesn't, huh?
I mean, I get mad if I lose a Texas rig, and that's like maybe $5 setup.
I like how Daniel says, I laugh at all the guys going in after a glide bait, but man, I'll tell you what, Daniel was a hero one trip and did an 18-foot dive to grab the anchor that we lost.
Wasn't it the ladder?
It was
That
the
was
ladder.
it wasn't the anchor, it was the ladder.
No, it was the
Yeah,
ladder.
the ladder to the boat fell off, and so I did an 18-foot dive. Blinded, by the way, because as I dived into the water, my goggles did not stick onto my face. So I just went blind and was like, "All
Good
right,
thing it's
it's
clear, but
fooling
good thing it's
around."
clear water, right? It's clear water. You
Dude,
guys were at Catalina.
we were able to look from the boat and be like, there's the ladder right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spotted it, which was nice.
And we had
But-
the depth finder on so we could see we were in 18 feet.
Yeah, and Luke, I don't mean that I'm laughing at those people for like
No,
jumping in.
I'm just
would
saying,
be
like,
that person.
Daniel's willing to go. I seen him do it.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I am that person, and I can just see myself in that situation because I've been in that situation.
Have you ever had to dive in for a lure?
Yeah, first cast.
No, I'm talking to Alex. I'm talking to Alex. He said he lost
I have
some glide baits.
No, they've been all out of my reach.
You're like, it's gone. Forget it.
Like it's untied line for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always had this idea that one day I'm going to bring my snorkeling gear, my mask,
And
maybe
find
a
all
wetsuit,
kind of lures.
my belt, and all that stuff, and I'm just going to go up and down and just fill the tackle box.
Dude, can you imagine how many just at MDRs, like in the creeks,
Oh,
there's so much stuff.
just the places I fish alone, Charlie. I mean, I lose so much stuff all the time. Ask me why I started making lures.
Time on the Water's next event is going to be searching for lures.
I had a crankbait snap off, and it went a mile. And my buddy goes, I think that's on the shore. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, I think it is. Like 3 days later, Rick from Predator Swim Bait sends me a picture of my crankbait. He drove back to the spot and got it. Back in Wilmington.
That's cool. That's cool. So you're how long have you been doing your YouTube for now?
Not too long. I want to say a little under a year.
But you're going hard now, huh?
Got into it a little bit. I know after I've started making videos for 4 days.
That's dope, dude.
Tell everybody what your YouTube channel is.
So my YouTube is Jackie's Crew.
Here's Here's my question: how
I'll
did you
add
come up with
to
that
the
name?
description.
Kind of a not funny, not so funny story, but played baseball my whole high school. Uh, Jackie, Jackie, Jackie was my
Hold on, you broke up. Hold on, you broke up. What you say?
oh so back in high school I was playing baseball. So yeah, then after that like then started.
You're
We're not
going
getting
in.
any
You're
of that,
going
are
in
we?
and out. Huh?
We're not getting any of that.
Yeah, you going in
Yeah.
and out.
Hey, Charlie, he also went out when he said his YouTube. Can you type in his YouTube and pin it?
I'm pretty sure it's Jackie Screw, but I'll look it up as well.
And if you guys didn't, hey, if you guys didn't know, Alex is like a big deal in the golf scene, homie.
You hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can now. Yeah, so Alex was talking a little bit about his golfing career and how he brings several rods with him on the golf course. Jackie, Alex, would you like to talk about that?
Hey, I
I
see
don't know.
what you're doing there. You're like, I golf, bro. I don't fish, and it's like mostly fishing rods instead of
Dude,
golf
that's what me
clubs.
and you gotta do, Charlie. We gotta set up a bag, like a fake golf bag.
There's a
Dude,
What's up, fellow golfers?
lot of professional golfers that fish while they're
I
practicing.
see I think most of the guys that I know fish and golf at the same, like they golf and fish, right? It kind of goes, I wouldn't say hand in hand, but it's kind of like up there in the same.
Have you ever had anyone trip out on you for fishing while you're at the golf course?
No, not not that I've had.
He's a pro, bro. They don't mess with him. Oh, it's just Alex. It's just Alex out there catching a
He's
bass.
he's on exempt status.
Yeah. There you
I
go, guys. That's his
There's
YouTube
a lot
channel.
of people. There's a lot of people that fish golf courses, as many people probably do, and many people probably don't know. You have to legally have fish in there to eat. I want to say insects,
Yep.
so that you don't just have stagnant water creating mosquitoes or other insects. So
Any body of
literally,
water,
yeah,
any body of water, be a park, a lake, I mean a park or a pond, a creek, has to have fish because of
yeah.
mosquitoes.
So
On
uh, sometimes they have those smaller fish that are specifically eat, I think, mosquito larvae and mosquitoes in general and just insects. Some places have catfish, and then if it's a public accessed waterway, you're going to find your beta fish, your whatever carp, your koi fish, because everybody just go, oh well, we can't handle this fish anymore. We're going to sacrifice it to the world, to the public waters. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys know about Pollywog Park?
Ah,
What?
shut up. Stop.
Polly what park?
Ah, I didn't hear what you said. Stop.
I don't know why Luke wants me to
Stop.
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 I can't wait to have this conversation with Luke later.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
don't.
Anywho, we're not talking about
yeah.
parks.
Yeah,
Um,
moving on.
We're definitely
so
not talking about parks that are very, very, very illegal to fish at.
oh yes, we don't talk
That's
about
the
stuff
whole
like that.
point.
No.
It's
Anywho,
no.
we don't want to get we don't want people getting in trouble. So Alex, you started making videos with war baits. So are you editing the videos or are you submitting the videos to
just
Afrin?
Afrin gives us free reign to do
Okay.
all
That's a
that.
lot of fun.
That's dope, dude.
Looked over it after. Yeah, uh, we get to kind of do whatever we want, so it's pretty fun. yeah, it's really cool to experiment.
Look, man, I think this is a perfect question to ask you and whoever's going to be watching. Like, what advice would you give somebody who's trying to work with companies like Warbaits and like any other company, right?
I'd say
Good question, Charlie.
staying consistent and building relationships. Like I never reached out asking for handouts or anything like that. I posted what I liked, what I did, and they came and talked to me, and that's kind of how they reached out. I'd say just stay consistent on what you're doing and be a good person, be friendly, and
That's awesome.
yeah.
And I think the reason why I ask is because I seen you like where you were at before and where you're at now. You know, I've been watching you, man. Uh, not in like that stalker way, but I've been watching you. You know,
A
I've
little
been
bit
watching.
of
I like
soccer with huh?
a little bit of stalker vibes, but I really like what you're doing, man. And like, it's pretty cool to see like you're working with these cool companies, right? Like Warbaits, Kicker. Um, I mean, those are the only ones I know that you're working with. But who else are you working with?
Just right now, just kicker and orbit, and just doing a little bit of stuff with my cousin, just repping his stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much it right now. So knowing those guys is already a foot in the door for me. So that's a great connection to have. It's like another family.
Yeah, it is good, man. It is like it is like a big family, right? You see at events, and it's pretty much like the same people, you know. So it's
Welcome,
pretty cool to see.
great guys. Yeah.
A quote I heard, Charlie, that I liked. I can't remember if it was Lefty or Rick. One of them said it, but it was make the right kind of noise, get the right kind of attention.
Yep,
And I feel like that's kind of what you've done this last year or two.
that's cool, man.
It just shows how important it is to stay consistent and to also enjoy what you're doing and also have a respect to the game in general.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's big.
Charlie's a stalker. You guys are jerks. um, dude. So
Whatever.
We're gonna dox Charlie in the
Dave, please elaborate on what you just wrote. He said, "Dark sleepers eat mosquitoes." So the little, what are they? The little don't they
gobies.
mimic like little gobies? But yeah, man, it's pretty cool to see what you're doing out there. Your content's super cool. You know, I'm gonna be on a paddleboard soon. I'm gonna be on a paddleboard soon just because of you, man.
Yeah.
We're at your favorite time of the episode, Charlie.
Yeah, let's talk PBs.
Let's talk PVs.
Which I feel like you're shattering, bi-weekly. By the way,
It's kind of funny because Maddie would get mad at me because I wouldn't have a scale or a measuring tape. Make sure
I don't have any friends like that.
Dude, I currently have a scale sitting in my cart. I just got to pull the trigger. I don't have a scale.
That means
But I do have a mat.
that is the
I currently
funniest
have a
thing.
scale in my cart.
I got it in my.
I got a Lambo in my cart.
It's still at the dealership. I'm leasing a Lambo in my cart right now.
I've been thinking about getting a new house. I have it in my cart right now.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm looking at a house.
Nah, but yeah,
Not to brag, but I've been talking to a real estate agent.
No, but it's a must. It's a must. You like you never. Hey,
You don't
You
want
don't
to
wanna-
get a real estate agent. I get it.
no, man. I'm talking about the scale. You don't want to get caught catching a big fish and not having a scale because then you're guessing. You know.
You don't want to get caught saying what you think it weighed.
Yeah.
I used to not bring him though because I thought it was a little superstition of mine not to. If I bring a scale, then I'm expecting to catch big. But if I don't, then whatever happens happens, and it usually happens that way.
Well, that is it's the same thing with a camera, right? Like when you have a camera in front of you, you're like, oh,
When I first started and I was like, dude, I can't catch fish on camera. Like, what's going on? And then
You just got to bring them on a trip.
yeah, you just got to bring it, and there's just something there, and whatever happens, happens. And
Yeah, that's a good mindset. You know, we did a video. Matter of fact, we got to do one next month,
I
hopefully.
think Daniel's talking about a sport fisher. He called it a marlin boat.
Ooh, I missed it. What are you talking about?
Me. I was
Yeah,
just
but
saying in the comments, I got one of those Marlin boats. I don't know
oh,
what
I
it's
didn't see
called.
the
It's one of
comment.
those. I was just saying one of those really expensive ones that almost killed me in Costa Rica, but I know what it looks like and I know how expensive it is. I don't know what it's
So
called.
make sure, hey, make sure you get a scale,
5 minutes. We haven't let him talk about his PB.
Alex. Make sure you get a scale. Anyways, what's your biggest spotty?
my body, so I don't have a weight on it, but it was 18 and a half.
There you go. That's
Yeah, nice.
pushing. That's pushing 3, bro. That's
I don't-
pushing 3
Pushing that's over 3.
It's
or
weird.
over 3.
You think so?
You would
Yeah,
think
Hey,
absolutely.
at 18 before that was like 2.6, and it was like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I got a 17 and a half that was like 2.4. So
I got a
Yeah,
17
I
that
have
was
a
like 2.5.
and I
Yeah,
have
I've
a
got-
14 that was like 2.5 as well. So
Exactly.
just depends
You
on the
need a
belly.
scale.
I seen a 17 go 5 pounds.
No way.
I have footage of it. It
From
was
who?
crazy. Shannon.
Oh, nice.
I was recording.
You were recording?
No, you said without recording, so it doesn't count.
Oh,
No, I know. I recorded him on the scale. 17 going 5 pounds. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
a spotty.
No.
Oh,
Calico.
a
All
calico.
right, so Jackie, what are your PBs? What you gotta do is jump back into that.
What is your calico?
Alex,
What's your
not
biggest
Jackie.
calico?
Calico's 4.5. That one I weighed, I didn't measure. That one was pretty decent at the wall, so pretty
What'd
good.
you get it on?
That was on a PK5 and neck breaker.
Nice.
So, real quick, you don't have to go into detail, but how are you fishing that?
So you can fish it 2 ways. You could cast it out, just slow roll it on the bottom, or you could like pitch it into the kelp and kind of work those vertical columns, or just fish it like a swim jig. Just keep bouncing it off the rocks. Like
You know, a lot of people ask like how to
There's
fish like a neck breaker, right? There's
lot
many
of
ways you could do it.
so many ways you could,
It's pretty versatile.
from
Yeah, it
burning it
is.
on calicos to sinking it out and work like a swim jig. Like it does a lot of things.
What about
What
your
about-
sand bass?
Sand bass around that 4-pound range.
What about largemouth?
Nice.
Largemouth is 1.5. I just caught that
6.5?
1.5.
Nice.
That was a good one.
That
What was
was
that?
a good one.
That was on the glide at one of the local parks, so that was pretty rewarding.
That
Nice.
dude. How many times did you cast that glide out?
A lot. It was
Dude.
pretty much I want to say I fished about 75 to 80% of my stretch that I fish, and waited all that time to get that bite.
Well worth it, dude. 6 pounds? 6.5, sorry, 6.5, sorry.
Never seen a bass that big.
What about your halibut? You catch halibut?
30 inches in San Diego Bay.
Oh,
That thing was massive.
dude, what was that? You didn't weigh it though?
No, this was a while ago, back when
Did you release it or did you keep it?
5. I threw it back. Yeah.
Right
Respectable.
I don't really keep too many halibut. My family, but gotta throw them back. They don't come in the harbors very often.
Nah.
Do you fish Go, Daniel, sorry.
Do you eat a lot of fish in general?
Oh yeah, when that yellow tail comes around too.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
What's your biggest yellowtail?
Biggest yellowtail is kind of that 20-pound range, nothing too crazy. So
Dude, that's still 20 pounds to me is a lot, my friend. Probably to
get
these
it
guys.
on iron or on a live bait?
that was on iron.
Nice. It's always a little bit more of a special. I want to say a special catch when it's on the
So
iron.
like, were you like fast winding and then just oh
Came up, boiled on.
oh?
It's there's nothing better than burning
I
the iron
can
and then
I
just
can imagine, dude. Like anything you burn and you get bit on is fun.
yeah.
I might have to say calico's my favorite fish, but then it's like, I don't know, yellowtail's pretty awesome.
Yellowtail's up there. Fighting good, it's up there.
Oh yeah.
Have you caught any like white sea bass?
No, I haven't caught any big white sea bass, just like those juveniles in the harbor. But I've been wanting to get on a trip to like the Channel Islands, something like that. So dabble with
Channel
that.
Islands is where it's at. A lot of fun.
Fighting,
A lot of
yeah.
fun.
Fighting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
yeah, they have been too. They're
I met
absolutely
some guy.
smoking
I met some
now.
guy at MDR on Friday, and he had just got back from a 2-day, and he was fishing. He was fishing in MDR, and he's like, dude, he showed me some pictures. Because I correct me if I'm wrong, but right now you can't take more than one.
White sea bass?
Yeah,
I can believe it. I don't know the regulations
I
offhand, but I can believe
I
it.
think it's usually one, and there's a certain time where I think it's two.
yeah. So he was saying that right now you could only take one. Which I mean, if you catch a nice, I mean, why would you want two?
You don't need more than that.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like if you with
A lot of
one, it's cool, man.
Even 5 yellowtail, that's a lot of meat to go around.
Yeah, that's when you
I
start
was
getting
gonna
it
say,
out to your
I
neighbors.
very rarely have kept 5 yellowtail. Usually keep 1 or 2 and release the rest.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. All right, guys. We came to a close, but make sure you guys stay tuned for Saturday. If you guys are going out, it should be a fun event with the Salty Bastards. And then the 31st with the Grouper Society for the Flow Tube meetup. And those are all night events, by the way. They're not day events. So if
19th,
you're
last day to get your submissions in.
for the Bait Slingers event, 19, put them in. Put them in. Can't wait for those shirts, Luke. Can't wait for those 2 water shirts. They're gonna be
Yeah.
sick. Alex, you want to plug anybody?
Yeah, go check out Kicker Fishing. Shout out to them, shout out to the boys, and shout out Warbaits. Go check out. Got some good stuff coming along. Got some good stuff. And then go check out Nishi Fishing if you need any custom rods. He got a bunch of different blanks. If you guys want to geek out on anything, Matt's the guy to talk to. Yeah. Shout out to
Nice,
them.
dude. Nice. So you heard it here, guys. Hit up Nishi Fishing if you got any particular rods you want. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in the community, man. It's awesome to be a part of it. I mean, it wasn't.
growing.
It's growing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing a lot. People are jumping on float tubes, paddle boards. You know, all the groms are hopping on like paddle boards. I've been seeing that float tubes, which is pretty cool. So it's time for me to put all those things in the water.
Floaties.
Daniel, let's go float tubing, man.
I'm gonna have some pool noodles and some floaties.
Let's go.
Catch
Hey,
me
let's
out
go
there.
float tubing, Daniel.
Let's do it after
All right,
this
guys.
month. I've got a lot of events.
Alex, thanks a lot for hopping on with us, man. We appreciate you coming
Very
on.
much.
Very cool, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. Can't wait to see what's next, man. Pretty
Thank
stoked.
All
And we'll
right.
get out there soon. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking all this time. Stay tuned for the next one. And I haven't said this in a while, but what fuels it all is our love for fishing. We love you guys.
Peace
Peace.
out, guys. Same place,
Thank you, guys.
same time.
Later, Alex.
Yeah.